The infinite has made me to be, Murdo MacDonald-Bayne. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by him, and without him not anything made that was made. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt amongst us. St. John 1:3-14. When we incorporate this truth in our daily living, our opportunities increase 1,000,000-fold, and it takes praying more and more out of the realm of speculation and gives expectation a logical and reasonable foundation. Thus we are reminded of the Master's words, "When you pray, believe ye have received and you shall have." Most people seldom think of what they have but of what they lack. This is the greatest mistake that man can make. In fact, it is a tragedy. It has caused more misery, more mental anxiety than anything else. In fact, has caused more physical troubles than all the diseases in the world. The universe is full of wonderful things patiently waiting for us to use them. This reminds me of the Master's words, "If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto the mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." Faith is a mental activity that is kept in one direction until the finished product is established. In this way our images are fortified against the destructive attack made upon them by doubt, worry, fear, apprehension. It allows God to operate in our affairs, which promises satisfactory fulfillment. The formula I have created is, day by day in every way God is making me better and better. Now this is a truth, for the divine nature is always working in us for our good. When we discern our adverse thinking in the light of this truth, it tends to dissolve away, for error and truth cannot exist at the same time. Fear is soul murder, and when we know the truth, fear dissolves away. No wonder Jesus so repeatedly told us to, "Fear not, be not afraid." He knew the penalizing effect of fear upon every organ of the body. He knew how it deranged the whole system, how it caused stomach troubles, the stomach becoming paralyzed with the effect of fear. He knew how the fear of lack affected his disciples, for he taught them to pray believing that they had received and they should have. This same truth will banish fear from the mind of man today. When you challenge these oppressors of the soul, they will disappear like mists before the rising sun of faith. These fear thoughts are the enemies of man's peace of mind. But man alone gives them power, and as man has made them, so can he dispel them. We must be careful not to allow our consciousness to be caught up wholly in our fleshly garments, but to understand the true nature of the mind and body. We are told that in divine kind there is the divine consciousness, the director, the divine intelligence fulfilling the direction of the consciousness, and the divine substance in which all forms take place in all planes, spiritual, mental and physical. Consciousness, intelligence, and substance coordinating in perfect unison reveal the life, organizing the atoms, cells, organs into the complete body, which is the temple of the living God and keeps it in repair according to plan. What we have to do is to discern adverse thoughts and emotions that interfere with the divine creation, and, discerning the errors in the mind, we dissolve them. In this higher knowledge we do not repeat hundreds of mantrams that cloud the mind, as they generally bring up their opposites. For when you say, "I'm well," there is something that rises up and says to you, "You are not well." If you are ignorant of the truth, it is better for you to say, health, strength, life, love, wisdom, thinking of these qualities in the abstract way. This was brought home to me very forcibly when I visited a dying man. He was trying to hold on to his body by repeating sayings, and what little strength he had was being used up. I said, "What are you trying to do?" And he said, "I am trying to live." I replied, "Stop saying these things, because you are only creating a struggle within yourself. Just breathe easily and deeply and know that breath is life." As he started to breathe, he lost his fear and life returned to the body. Had he kept on with his mantrams, he would have surely passed on. Another case of mantrams was when a New Thought student became very ill. She said, "I have repeated every saying I can think of, but I am getting weaker and weaker. What more can I say?" I told her also that she was struggling inside her mind. Life was real, just breathe it in and know all is well. She also got well, but had she kept on with her mental struggle, she would have passed out. There are hundreds of such cases that prevent the spirit from acting naturally because of the struggle that goes on in the mind. The action of life is like a chemical reaction in the substance which blends atoms, molecules, and cells and manifests itself in the form of a body. A continuous animation of numberless reactions is kept up. This is the action of life, yet life is infinite in nature and supreme. I am the life, the Master says, and this is the same for you and me. We must remember that every mental state has a corresponding physical state. Change of mind means a change in the body. Sorrow causes tears, fear causes the body to tremble. When we elevate our minds through understanding, we free ourselves from many of the perplexities that haunt us daily. We will find that heaven is in the mind, for thoughts make us miserable or happy. Jesus says to us again in 20th century language, "The kingdom of heaven is within you." Then, count your blessings one by one, is our greatest asset. It creates mental harmony. Ask yourself, would you sell your eyes for £10,000? What would you take for your 2 legs and your 2 arms? What would you take for your children, your family, those you love and those who love you? Add up your assets and you will find that you are richer by far than if your coffers were filled with gold and diamonds. I could tell you hundreds of stories of people who have made themselves over in a short time, just by being themselves. The problem of being unwilling to be yourself is behind many failures, many headaches, many neuroses, and inferiority complexes. The craving to be something that you are not makes you a second-rater. There is a saying that to copy another is the essence of flattery to the one being copied, but to the one copying it means disaster. You cannot get anywhere playing the ape or the parrot. This is the safest advice that I can give. Drop at once trying to be someone else and be yourself, and you will be a success. Never mind the other fellow. If his actions and ways intrigue you, they are not for you. Be yourself. No one wants a counterfeit coin. God has made you the way He wanted you to be. This is to be yourself. Do not waste years of your life trying to imitate. You are original yourself, and it is originality that succeeds. With all your faults, with all your mannerisms, they are yours, and there your true experience lies. In this way we progress towards the unbounded reality of our existence. We recognize nature's majestic handiwork of something infinitely greater that overwhelms and transcends our finite conception. Yet within each one of us is the spiritual essence, a latent power with unlimited possibilities. Then let us find ourselves, and be ourselves, as He made us. With this understanding we will progress from victory to victory. We will yet unwrap the material cloak that hides the perfect creation, made in His image and likeness. There are many who come to an understanding of this mighty power within, who make serious and conscious efforts to realize health and happiness and abundance, yet they seem to be unable to bring the law into operation. This is because they concentrate on the external and miss the point that in the mind only can conditions be created. It is not always what you want you get, you must build up within. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. We must first find the kingdom within so that we can attract, build, materialize in the external. The power is within, the way is within. Wisdom will disclose the source of all power. When we seek wisdom we become creative, when we express love we become dynamic. The greatest gift God gave to man was to create within himself first, then the external world would respond, because the outer is the expression of the inner. Truly, truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, nothing but what he sees the Father doing, for whatever he does the Son also does the same. St. John 5:19. Benediction. O perfect love, I am thine and thou art mine, so we are one. Thy flame of love has consumed me in its allness and abundance of thy mercy and loving forgiveness. May all souls on earth worship at thy shrine of love, to be purified in thy cosmic crystal pool of thy love. Help us to forgive one another as thou hast forgiven us, that we may love one another as thou lovest us, and then all souls may be strung together as pearls with the one spirit of love. O perfect love, my peace and my love remain with you. Yours sincerely, Murdo MacDonald-Bayne.